Lack of fertilizer and lack of good roads can be serious problems for growing food. Consider sub-Saharan Africa. Food production is actually 10% lower today than it was in 1960. Of the 800 million or so people in the world who lack adequate access to food, about a quarter of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. Since 1990, the number of hungry people in sub-Saharan Africa has, unfortunately, increased by about 20%. There are some blooming success stories, such as Ghana, but overall, when it comes to agriculture, the continent lags far behind. Dry or arid conditions afflict over 40% of the rural population in Africa, and of the crop area of Africa, irrigation covers only about 4%. Compare that to the 39% covered in South Asia. Cropland per capita has been going down for decades, and this means that the same soil has to be used over and over again, and that soil tends to become degraded and less fertile. Commonly, farmers cope with these problems by using fertilizer, but in Africa it's not always that simple. One problem is military conflict in Africa, another is simply that so many African nations are landlocked. But another huge problem is simply the quality and the number of the roads. Africa has the least developed road system of any major continent. The nation of Uganda, for instance, has only 94 kilometers of paved road for each 1 million people. To put that in context, the nation of France has almost 13,000 kilometers of paved road per million people. The net result is that it's very hard to get fertilizer to many parts of Africa, and that's why the price of fertilizer in Africa is actually 2 to 6 times higher than the average world price. That's right, this is the poorest continent, and it has the agriculture in most need of fertilizer, and because of bad transportation and infrastructure, it has to pay 2 to 6 times more to get fertilizer to its crops. The net result is that, per hectare, fertilizer use in Africa is less than 10% of the world average. To read more on this topic, there is an excellent book called The New Harvest: Agricultural Innovation in Africa. Also try Googling terms like fertilizer more expensive Africa.